era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years. Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier? Yummier!
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years. Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier? Yummier!
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years. Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Hindi ka na sa
Creamier?
sports.
Yummier!
Acting ka na. Oo, yan sa mga horror
Star Magic
movies
dyan,
ka na.
uy.
Yan. Square Magic. Dahil dito,
Good afternoon, sports and volleyball super fans. This is Quick Set presented by Kick and powered by Smart 5G. We are still coming to you live from Playtime Phil Oil Center for the 2025 Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. Still joining you courtside, my name is Diana Igual alongside Daphne Cristobal and Gaira Baroga for our second and last game for today. Ngayon, balikan muna natin yung naging laro natin kanina. Now, the FEU Lady Tamaraws were able to get a 3-set win against against the Arellano Lady Chiefs. And in just a while, we will be seeing another NCAA and UAAP showdown with the Perpetual Lady Altas going up against the Ateneo Lady Eagles. But of course, before we go into that, let's get to know more of our athletes here in SSL. We have Joanna Lozano for In or Out. Let us all watch this.
My name is Joanna de Lozano, Libero of the University of Perpetual Help System Data, and this is In or Out. In afternoon games, out morning games. Sunny day in, out rainy day. Water in, energy drink out. Playing without makeup on in, and playing without out. Watching a series in, watching a movie out. Training in, working out out. Pagalitan ni coach in, pagalitan ni team captain out. Puta in, pancake out. Hi, I'm Joanna de Lozano, and that was In or Out.
We really love getting to know more about our athletes beyond the court. Kaya naman, we have another player here from the Perpetual side. We have Nicole Gaa for quick tips. Let us all watch this.
Hi, my name is Nicole Gaa, setter from the University of Perpetual Help System Data. And these are my quick tips on how to build teamwork. First po is, syempre, importante po yung communication. Second po is to lift up yung mga teammates po namin. And syempre po, yung last is, tanggap lang po kapag may mga suggestions si coach kung ano yung mga dapat gawin. Hi, my name is Nicole Gaa, and those were my quick tips.
We will for sure see more of these players in just a while, but now let's just take a quick look at what the Shaky Super League has to offer since the season started. So we have once again our SSL bundle. Cheer for your team while enjoying our Shaky's favorites with the Super League meal deal, now available in 3 types. We have the SSL 1099, SSL Classic, and SSL Gold. And it gets even better. Classic and Gold bundles now come with a Shaky Super Card for even more perks and discounts. Whether you're courtside or couch side, enjoy the action with the Super League meal deal. And of course, to everyone who's tuned in right now, we have one more game left today, so do not miss the chance to catch it live here in San Juan. But of course, for those who can join us at the venue, you can still catch the Shaky Super League Preseason Cup live on pusop.com. Your game, your community, join now. Also live on Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. You can also watch us on the Shaky Super League Facebook page and on TV at Solar Sports, Channel 70 on Sky Cable, Channel 59 on Cable Link Metro Manila, and live on Digital Free TV in Mega Manila DDT at Channel 21. Now, coming your way is our last game. We have Perpetual versus Ateneo, as this quick set is presented by Kick and powered by Smart 5G.
For this team, a lot have doubted itong side ng Ateneo, but they say, although we're not seeing it now, but it doesn't mean that we will never see them back again. But their opponents for today's ball game, it is the Perpetual Help System Delta. Again, another NCAA and UAAP showdown para po sa ating second game this Saturday. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again para po dito sa ating Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. My name is Daphne Cristobal alongside Gyra Baroga, and on the sidelines, we'll be hearing some stories galing kay Diana Igual. And again, 2 games lang po tayo ngayong Sabado, but interesting because Ateneo will be having their first game this season.
Well, these two teams definitely have a lot to showcase here in the SSL. With Perpetual, they came from a win. And then Ateneo, we're going to see them for the first time here in the Shaky Super League Unity Cup. So it's going to be an exciting match and, of course, a set of exciting players to see.
All right, now let's switch our conversation and take a look at our updated team standings. Right now here in Pool D, nangunguna po itong side ng Perpetual dahil nanalo sila kontra itong San Sebastian in 4 sets. But kanina, we also saw this victorious run by the FEU Lady Tamaraos winning over itong side ng Arellano in straight sets. Of course, nangunguna naman for Pool A itong side ng San Beda. For Pool C, it is UP. And now let's also talk about itong side ng Perpetual in their last game against San Sebastian. They actually dropped their first set trying to find the rhythm. It was an extended 132-30, pero ang maganda dito, they were able to secure it in 4 sets.
Definitely an intense start. 32-30 was the score, but 50 attacks from San Sebastian and 57 matched by Perpetual. Those blocks, though, are 13 big blocks from their team. Again, Coach Sandy was talking about how everyone in his team is now healthy and just back on track, back on the court. So a lot of this, especially their middle blockers, Enrico, who were really just excited to see back on the court.
You know, I like that you pointed out, no, na ito very healthy na itong side ng Perpetual. Speaking of healthy players, of course, our player focus is presented by PusoP.com. Join now for free. Shy Umipon delivered a lot of scoring, particularly pagdating ng ating third set.
And she's one of the players also that Coach Sandy said is already much healthy because she came from an injury pre-season, pre-SSL. But of course, in their previous match against San Sebastian, she got 15 big points from 14 attacks and 1 service ace.
So nice to see Xiaomi really back on track on the side of Perpetual. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, of course, a very familiar team that we know from the very first season that we had itong ating Shaky Super League way back in 2022. Ngayon, the return of course, itong Ateneo. Alam naman natin during the preseason championships last year, particularly noong 2024, they finished second in Pool A. Fourth naman sila nung Pool F o yung parang ating naging second round. And they lost to LaSalle in the quarterfinals. Pero natalo nila itong side ng UE during that classification. Can finish sila in the 5th place. Of course, they finished 7th as well in that UAAP season 87. Pero itong recently natin na Mandaue City leg rather for our SSL National Invitational. They defeated USC and USPF pero natalo na lang sila ng Adamson wherein they finished 3rd during that showing. So few months pa lang yun ang pangyayari na ngayon, and right now you'll also be witnessing once again the rookies shine in today's game. And right now, let's also take a look at itong kanilang official lineup. I mentioned already, Gaira, a lot of rookies, promising rookies that could contribute for Coach Sergio Veloso. He has been with Ateneo since, quite some time already for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. But of course, some familiar names that we are seeing, just like sila Fujimoto, of course, Pasha also shining for them. At meron pa, itong pagbabalik din, of course, itong sila Jenna, Hora, at ito, Donna May De Leon also. One of the rookies that we shouldn't miss, knowing that just few months ago, nung June, naglaro pa yan sa Bacolod Taitong High School where they won silver. So right now, of course, ito Isan Esperos as well, playing sometimes as an outside and opposite spiker. So really, also ito mga Tanchi ng surname for the Tanchi on the side of the Ateneo. So in just a while, tignan natin kung ano mangyayari. Ateneo will go up against Perpetual.
Good eyesight makes perfect moments. For expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear. Go to EO. EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Presenting our game officials for match number 10. First referee, Eli De Jesus. Second referee, Justin Cruz. the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. Blue Eagles, please proceed to your play court for your photo op.
And again, recently we've witnessed itong side ng Ateneo Blue Eagles. They joined ang ating 2025 Shaky Super League National Invitationals, particularly itong Visayas leg where they finished third.
Again, these players are definitely promising players, especially a lot of newcomers, and it's still a rebuilding team, but they've already made a name for themselves as well. So it's very exciting to see them back here in the Shaky Super League.
Again, there's nothing to rush for Ateneo. A lot of rookies that we are seeing for the first time here in the league, as we'll be meeting our first six in just a while.
Let us now meet the starters for both teams. First, from University of Perpetual Help, SM Delta, Lady Altas. First off, middle blocker and team captain at number 2, Cha Enrico. Outside hitter number 4, Shai Omipon. Opposite hitter number 11 comes Bustamante. Middle blocker number 16, Chelsea Atlas. Setter number 18, Colette Gaa. Outside hitter number 23, Angie Rosales. Starting libero at number 1, Jody Lozano. Head coach for the Lady Alta, Sandy Rieta. And now for the starters of Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. First off, setter number 5, Casey Cortez. Outside hitter number 6, Zay Pasha. Middle blocker number 12, Jihan Shuwatiko. Middle blocker number 13, Robbie Silya. Outside hitter number 14, Ana Hermosura. Opposite hitter number 24, Faye Nisperos. Starting libero at number 19, Fiona Arroyo. Head coach for the Blue Eagles, Sergio Veloso.
Para sa ating starters on the side of Perpetual, we have Gaha Atlas, Enrico Mipon Rosales Bustamante manning the floor defense. It's gonna be Joanna Lozano. Para sa kabilang panig naman on the side of Ateneo de Manila University, we have Casey, Robbie, Jihan, Zay, Ann Hermosura, Lisa Nisperos, and Fiona Arroyo trying to defend that floor on the side of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Again, this is just the first game of Ateneo. Both of these teams included in Pool D. Kung saan ito Perpetual. Currently, they are on top with their first win against San Sebastian. So, you haven't seen College of St. Benilde, particularly dito sa ating SSL Preseason Unity Cup. This set is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza here at Shakey's.
That is inside. First point for the Lady Alta.
Good adjustment by Rosales. That was already an offset, but making sure that she got that point.
Chelsea Atlas serving for the Lady Altas.
Strong serve.
So again, this is one of the showdowns that we would love to see, yung showdown ng mga UAAP and NCAA teams. As Casey Cortez will also be part of the starting six this time. Although Lisa Desperos putting so much power on that hit.
Yep. Atlas on the service line again.
Atlas, isa din yan sa mga nagpakitang gilas nung kanilang unang laro kontra San Sebastian. Casey, reverse setup.
Isan Esperos finally getting that point, using the hands of the blockers, pushing that one over.
Ganda ng setup dito. Talking about Casey Cortez, of course, that's Bacolod's finest setter. Meanwhile, Isan Esperos also creating her own name, not just for Ateneo, but for herself.
Good up.
Great rejection at the net.
Esperos back-to-back points for Ateneo.
Strong start here for Isan Esperos. Also part of their beach volleyball for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. That's why every time she plays indoor, you would really feel that she's more lighter. Na iba na rin yung nilalaro niya whenever she plays indoor. As service ace will be delivered here, courtesy of Roby Cilia. Of course, Roby Cilia also part of the NU Nazareth School program. Ang batchmates niyan, sila Kian Olango, sila Karil Miranda, Bien Bancil. So right after their high school, kanya-kanya na silang hanap ng bago nilang tahanan in the collegiate rankings. Right now, Ateneo on top here by a point. Ana Hermosura.
Hermosura powering through those blockers. Great approach and elevation.
That play was brought to you by Kick, powered by Smart Our Way, Our Rules. Download the app now. We'd love to see Casey Cortez as part of the starting six on their end, but this is the second service ace, talking about Roby Cilia on the side of Ateneo. The serve the game is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza at Shaky.
And perfect target as well, going for the seams. And another service ace from Cilia.
Third one for Roby Cilia here. Just in our opening set, that's why they're up here by 4 points, 6-2. A timeout will be called here.
Dalawang iniilagan mo sa showroom, isip muna tayo. Hindi tayo makaplay niyan eh. Paano tayo makaka-opensa niya kung wala tayong receive? Ayaw natin receivean. Ano ba sinabi sa inyo? Dumipensa muna tayo bago tayo pumalo. Hindi pwede papalo muna tayo.
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Coach Sandy just asking his players, his squad, to go for that reception. Hindi pwedeng iniiwasan yung bola, but they actually have to go for it in order to convert those passes into a point. Cilia still on the service line. Same target. Lozano gets it.
The tip wouldn't work. KZ has it. Cilia setting it up to Nesperos. Ga was there for the first ball. Lozano goes to the left pin. Pick up galing kay Zay.
Lozano, perfect pass.
Reverse setup meanwhile. Longest rally here, the opening set. Hermosura.
Lozano again.
What a dig. Galing kay Lozano. That drop wouldn't work. KZ goes to Zay. Back row. Buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be more than a minute rally here in the opening set.
Now a chance for Ateneo.
Cortez choosing Hermosura.
Still good. Shai gets it.
What a dig. Galing dito ay Shai Omipon. Casey choosing Zay from behind. High ball, scramble D. Buhay pa rin ang bola dito. What a dig. Galing kay Cilia this time.
What a rally from these two teams.
Battle for just a single point.
Cilia with a good up. Hermosura puts it over.
Lozano setting it up. Low for Bustamante. Second time. Nope. Casey was there. Hermosura adjusting, sending the ball over. And then Rico goes for that finish.
Welcome back, Cha Enrico. She's actually back from an injury. She had a surgery last season in the NCAA, so she didn't get to play. But now, look at that perfect form.
21-year-old hailing from Oriental Mindoro. Itong si Cha Enrico putting a finish with that long rally.
Good block by Enrico.
Back-to-back points courtesy of Chai Enrico, and I think she loves being talked about here on air. This block is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
And I love how Enrico's been taking charge in the front row. Before, she was a very shy player, very new.
That's a point for Perpetual.
Well, Ateneo with miscommunication on their defense. Actually, that second ball, Perpetual just down by 1 point now. Bustamante is still on the service line. Good serve.
3 straight points on the side of the Lady Altas to make that 4 shot. Enrico with that solid denial.
Enrico playing and is back like she never left.
This block is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
Hermosura from the open. Lozano gets it. Good coverage.
Defense.
Good save.
Hermosura tried to go for that down the line, but fortunately there was an error on the side of Perpetual. Another point, this time from the Ateneo.
Looks like the ball hit the antenna. That's what the referees were saying. Bustamante still on the service row.
Actually, that was an error on the side of Ateneo. Right now, Perpetual up by a single point. Still 5-0 run. Esperos.
Esperos powering through the hands of Perpetual. And now Isa will go on the service line.
Finally, stopping that bleeding. Targeting niya. Tinatarget niya pa. She actually targeted itong si Chai Enrico in that sequence. Went for that block out. Deadlock at 7. Nailing that one through. Rosales. Just like that. Lalamang po dito ang side ng Perpetual courtesy of that hit coming from Rosales. They're up here by a point.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Good eyesight makes perfect moments. For expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear. Go to EO. EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier, yummier.
You're still watching the 2025 Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. Now, on the side of Perpetual, Coach Sandy Rieta shared with me that aside from having a good number of rookies joining the squad this season, he's also testing out a brand new system, something that he defined na talagang iba compared to their previous years. He didn't want to go into specifics just yet, so I think we'll have to wait and see how it plays out on the court. But with fresh faces and a fresh system, Coach Sandy says there's definitely a lot to look forward to from Perpetual this season. Daphne and Gaira?
Thank you so much, Diana, for that report, knowing that a lot of players really experienced unfortunate injuries during their last season. Kaya ngayon, parang slowly sinusubukan talaga nilang bumalik. And nice to see also, of course, just like ito, si Shayo Mipon for their team. Speaking of which, right on cue, Gaira.
Shai Omipon powering through from the open.
This spike is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
And actually, I asked Coach Sandy who is the player who he's been looking forward to playing in this SSL, and he said actually he didn't have anyone in mind. They were all contributing, but talking about contribution,
Choatico with that finish.
A very sharp back quick attack.
9-all here in set number 1.
Good serve.
Ga, healing setup, choosing Umipon.
Good dig by Isa.
Ana will be sending the ball over. Ga goes back to Umipon. Wouldn't work. Cortez.
That goes over a gift.
Chowatico setting it up, choosing Pasha. Right on zone 5.
Pasha with the perfect target with the right corner pocket of Perpetual.
I think it's the first point of Zay Pasha here for the Ateneo. Much needed bucket there on their end, although Chowatico this time with that service error. So far, this is a close set number 1. Again, Ateneo was up here earlier during the first few points. But then, itong side ng Perpetual, they were able to create 5 straight points after the timeout called by Coach Sandy. Pasha with a drop, wouldn't work. Ga to Umipon with that sharp angle. At Arroyo, fabulous with those digs. Kaya naman, Pasha will be getting her second point.
Pasha loving that set. Ateneo up by 1 here. We have Cortez on the service line. Ateneo now has a full front row with Isan Esperos back on the front row.
Again, Zay Pasha, formerly part of the FEU Diliman program. But that attack will sail out for Shai Umipon, and that would mean 2-point advantage for Ateneo.
Good serve by Casey. Miscommunication for Perpetual.
Gaha tried to go to Atlas from the middle, but unable to connect. So that would mean 3-point lead for Ateneo. 13-10, Perpetual struggles. Even from the service areas, Casey Cortez.
Casey Cortez doing damage from the service line with her sharp aces.
Literally, Bacolod's finest setter. Played for Bacolod Taitung in her high school. She was even teammates with Jihan Chowatico and Angel Canino, probably in her elementary days, grade school. Saw a picture online. They were very young, really into volleyball since then. Now they're up here by 5.
Another good serve.
Chance here to counter for the Blue Eagles. Cortez, Celia, what a pickup coming from Lozano. Umipon hammering that one through.
Umipon swiping through those blockers. Perpetual 4 points down. What a jump set by Atlas. Shy from the service line,
Just
straight to the libero.
And Esperos this time coming from the left pin, and she'll be bringing us ating second technical timeout. But this school play is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Hot hands for Isan Esperos here in the opening set.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
Unli projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Up by 5 points itong side ng Ateneo Blue Eagles, and a double substitution will happen here. Sayal Menyana will be injected in. Let's see how they could provide some spark here for Coach Sandy.
Almeñana is actually one of the explosive players that Coach Sandy has on his roster. of course, he was talking about his roster earlier, and it's such a deep bench that he has, a lot of promising players, and actually 2 of these would be transferees.
Hermosura.
Hermosura getting a point off of a check ball. And good decision as well, going above the blockers. She has very tall blockers, especially Enrico is in the front row.
Ateneo just really trying to take care of this 5-point lead that they have. Of course, we'd like to say hi once again to everyone who's watching us live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Thank you so much po sa pagsuporta sa ating Shaky Super League. And again, make sure to also mag-plan your calendar ahead dahil every weekend po, exciting volleyball action will happen here. Again, we're live in all the Shaky's branches. So what a way to enjoy happy eating while witnessing this volleyball action as we see another hit on the side of Ateneo.
And what a backswing from Nisperos.
Yeah, with that reverse setup, Asha was there for that pickup. Anna. This time, that hand check wouldn't be granted.
Ariola coming in as well as Reyes. Coach Sandy subbing in his players. Actually, I asked Coach Sandy what was his strategy coming into this match, and sabi niya nga, ang dami hiniwalay niya yung players niya ng first 6, making sure that it's very balanced for the first and second set. That's why he's doing a lot of substitutions now, putting in his first stringers, original first stringers.
Yeah, actually, sabi nga natin during the first game, this is a perfect chance for coaches to really experiment yung mga players nila who could really play better together. Pero ito this time, Andrew Hermosura getting that bucket again, using the hands of the blockers. Kanina, she was asking for the check not granted, but right now, obviously, there was.
And it's great to see that the players of Ateneo have been targeting those long balls, not only challenging the hands of the blockers, but as well as Lozano, who is a very good libero on the side of Perpetual.
Serving for the Blue Eagles, the team captain, Tax Fujimoto.
6-point lead on the side of Ateneo. And now, si Dax naman will be injected in with a double substitution, but sending it straight to the net though, so back to a 5-point game. Also, Hora back on action here for Ateneo. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't see her play last season during the Shaky Super League. So right now, but also I know she plays for the beach volleyball. Kaya yung mga magaganda for beach volleyball players. So whenever they play indoor, they really feel more lighter. Speaking of which, Hora putting an exclamation point.
Hora playing so well, being subbed in for Ateneo.
This spike is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
Ana Hermosura serving.
Lozano with a good pickup. They go to Shy. Short ball. Blocked by Ateneo.
Although coverage wasn't present that time around, everyone literally just staring at the leather. This block is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Coach Sandy calls for his last time out.
Kaya magtama dito umangat eh. Kung tayo nakaganong pagtama dyan yung bababa yung bola eh. Malayo pa naman yan, kaya pa habulin yan. Basta kayo, kapitan nyo lang sa depensa. Yung depensa natin yung blocking sa rin.
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Good timeout by Coach Sandy. He's been targeting the defense of his players, not only floor defense but as well as net defense. Sabi niya nga na yung blockings ang nagiging problema nila ngayon. He noted as well that their blocks aren't pressed inside the net but rather nakaangat lang, kaya napapa-check ball ng players ng Ateneo. Good serve.
Go to the middle, wouldn't work. Arroyo setting it up, choosing Hora.
There's a net violation called on Perpetual.
And
Menor is coming in now for Shayo Mipon.
No, Ana Hermosura still the service area for Ateneo. Running attack. Pickup coming from Tax. They go to Jenna.
Double violation called on Ateneo. Enrico is now on the service line for Perpetual.
Fujimoto reverses, choosing Jenna again. Jenna Hora off the bench, scoring her second point for Ateneo. Challenging that defense coming from Cha Enrico. And another substitution will happen here. Kunashima will be injected in as a service specialist. Papalitan niya muna itong si Chuatico. They're just 2 points away from snatching the first set.
Sharp serve by Chunashima.
Chance here, the Blue Eagles. Tax to Zay.
Pasha loving that set going down the line.
The Ateneo de Manila University is the 1-7-4. Survey 4-7
Chunashima still on the service line for Ateneo. Ball's too low, didn't go over. Now it's Perpetual's turn, and it's their chance as well to extend this first set.
(16 serving 24. Set point na itong Ateneo, and Jenna wants to put an end on this.
Hora with that powerful cross-court hit, ending the first set.
Jenna Hora definitely back here for Ateneo. They were able to secure set number 1, 25-16.
With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shaky's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shaky's got it going on. We still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shaky's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier, yummier. Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Cheer for your team while enjoying your Shakey's favorites with the Super League meal deal. Now available in 3 types: SSL 1099, SSL Classic, and SSL Gold. Whether you're craving pizza, chicken, mojos, or pasta, there's a bundle for every appetite. You also get to support your favorite team because for every order, 50 pesos goes to your chosen SSL participating school. Whether you're courtside or couch side, enjoy the action with the Super League meal deal. Again, here in our opening set, Ateneo was up here, but then right after the timeout called by Coach Sandy Rieta, they were able to create that 5-0 run. Kaya naman sila ang umabante dito, but of course, we also felt the presence of some of the Ateneo players. Of course, with that ball distribution by Casey Cortez, Zay Pasha, delivering a lot of points as well. Pero meron din contribution from the service area galing dito kay Robbie Silya. And of course, Hannah Hermosura and Nesperos as well.
Well, it was a great turnout here for Ateneo in the first set, especially when Fujimoto was subbed in. Definitely taking charge, as well as Hora, who ended that first set. 16 attacks, big attacks from Ateneo, and just answered by 5 from Perpetual. But look at those service aces that Ateneo banked on. They had 4, they produced 4 service aces, while Perpetual could not answer that. Although Ateneo needs to improve, especially in their errors. They have to lessen those errors here in the second set.
Knowing that right now, we having different set of players heading towards our set number 2. Again, we have an all-to-player rule po. So again, allowing all of our players to shine, to introduce themselves, not just for their schools, but also here in the league. Again, this is our final game this Saturday. It's a doubleheader Saturday, wherein earlier FEU Lady Tamaraos was able to clinch their second victory. This set is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza here at Shakey's.
Perpetual starting with the service ace.
On the floor is Reyes, Almendana, Lagmay, Palacio, Oriola, and Menor. Again, hashtag all to play po tayo dito sa ating Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. For Ateneo, we have Hora, Fujimoto, Tunashima, De Leon, Selga, and Tanchi. So right now, back-to-back buckets here on the side of Perpetual.
Still on the service area,
Fifi Ariola. This is the main playmaker for Coach San Grieta, part of the second stringers. Just like their strategy during their last game. Second set talaga, itong mga usual suspects niya. Chance here for the Blue Eagles. Tax. Tunashima nailing that one through.
Tunashima going through the blockers, loving that set.
First bucket here on the side of Ateneo, but I think we have some stories on the side. Diana, what do you have for us?
Daphne and Gaira coming off an opening game injury last season. This is actually Giselle Tunashima's first game back after just about 1.5 months of training again. She told me na kung dati she would do just whatever, push through with any move on the court. Ngayon, she's really learned to listen to her body. And after going through the hardest parts of recovery, like literally learning how to walk again, she said na it gave her so much more confidence that surviving a painful recovery like that, parang everything else just feels possible. Daphne and Gaira.
Thank you so much, Diana. Nice to see Tunashima back on track here for Ateneo. Again, last season, grabe talaga yung mga pinagdaanan din for the Blue Eagles. A lot of injuries on their end. But right now, just trying to find themselves back.
And it's very hard to come back from an injury, especially like what Tunashima went through. But she's back like she never left. A lot of athletes actually never come back from their injuries. So seeing the character and the grit from Tunashima, she really loves the game this much to come back.
Imagine just training for a month and a half. Literal nakakabalik lang nitong si Giselle Tunashima. Perpetual up here by 2 points.
Good blocks from Ateneo.
Fifi goes to Wachi, one-hand save, but there was a net touch though. Or rather, there was 4 touches already para sa Perpetual.
4-touch violation. Menor could not put that one over.
1-point lead na lang para sa side ng Perpetual. Ariola adjusting to that one. Wachi was denied. Fifi goes on the other side, but that will sail out.
A lot of errors coming from Perpetual in this match. Menor actually has been having a hard time putting those balls over as well. Getting blocked by Ateneo. Tsunashima still on the service line. Good serve.
Some activation from the middle. What a dig for the Blue Eagles. Ariola to Menor. Overseas. Wasted chance pa yan on the side of the Lady Altas. But I think some clarifications will happen here coming from our first and second referee.
Our referees discussing what happened in that point. Point still goes to Ateneo. Double contact violation is called on Perpetual. Coach Sandy not happy with that call. Actually questioning what happened in that sequence.
Ateneo ang lalamang dito.
Again, every point counts. That's why our coaches and players always fight for every point. Tsunashima again from the service row. Good serve.
Another chance here for the Blue Eagles. Fujimoto reverses. Choosing Hora. Reyes was there.
Almanyana going down the line, but again, attack goes out.
Dito na yung
Rather, that was
frustration.
Reyes.
Doon na yung frustration nito. Talking about Reyes. She has been trying to target the fingertips of her blockers. Pero hindi nakikita ng ating first referee. And with that, of course, they have the best angle. Right now, Ateneo on top here by 2 points. Fujimoto to Hora.
Good defense. That's still good, but was not saved by Perpetual.
What a run for the Blue Eagles here in the second set. Hora was able to chip in points earlier when she was subbed in during the opening set, and right now continues to contribute for the Blue Eagles. Hora again, high ball, Lozano was there. Fifi goes to the middle. Buhay ang depensa para sa Blue Eagles.
Good block.
Fifi reverses, choosing Reyes.
Defense is on point for Ateneo. Tsunashima puts that one over again.
Another chance this time for Perpetual.
Lagmay going for a be-quick attack.
This school play is brought to you by Ormi Milk Tea. Order now. Lagmay hailing from Rizal, scoring that point earlier for the Lady Altas. Hora with that cross court. Too long though.
Hora definitely the go-to player here for Ateneo in the second set.
6-7, just a 1-point deficit. Hora well guarded. Chance here for the Lady Altas. Ariola to Menor.
Menor finally with a successful hit going down the line.
More importantly, tying things up here.
We're tied at 7-all. Lagmay on the service line.
Tax goes to Tanshi. Back at her. On the other side, meanwhile, Riola was there for that pickup job. Reyes.
That's still good.
Reyes again, a second time will be her charm.
Reyes, one of the players who actually shined in the last NCAA season for Perpetual.
She'll be bringing us sa ating unang technical timeout. Lamang sila ng isang puntos.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Good eyesight makes perfect moments. For expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear. Go to EO. EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier, yummier.
On the side of the Lady Aldas, she will not just guard a single player because you also have Sai Almeñana and of course Jazz Lagmay. Sai Almeñana scored 12 points. Meanwhile, 10 points naman for Lagmay during their first game against the Lady Stags. Now let's see if they will be able to duplicate that one and try to maintain this 1-point lead that they have and make that a 2-point advantage on their end.
Hora had a hard time adjusting to that set. She was actually under the ball already. Lagmay still on the service line. Good serve. Going back to Hora.
Fujimoto to Tanshi. Unable to secure that second ball after that miss receive, so a point for the Ateneo.
Selga on the service line for Ateneo. Ball too low.
Again, earlier, Ateneo during set number 1, they were able to give a lot of freebie points on the side of Perpetual coming from those errors. Tax reverses, choosing Hora. And so far, she has been struggling here midway our set number 2.
Well, looks like Coach Veloso is saying that why is she targeting that sharp of a cross court where she can actually just go cross court or sa dulo ng court ng Perpetual.
Tax goes to Donna De Leon.
Donna De Leon loving that set, hammering it through.
This goal play is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Quick shout out to Donna De Leon's mom. You know, last time she was watching our Shaky Super League Girls Volleyball Invitational League. As Jenna Hora this time will be chipping in points from the service area. She might be struggling in her attack points. Pero to, much needed bucket on the side of Ateneo.
Very promising lefty. But for Ateneo, they have to improve in their defense and reception in order to activate and just use their middle blockers even more.
No, just really observing tong lineup din on the side of Ateneo. No, yung usually mga recruits nila nanggagaling sa Bacolod tayo itong high school. And slowly, yung mga magkakasama nung high school, magkakasama na rin sila eventually here in the collegiate rankings. And I think it's also gonna be a big help knowing na high school pa lang, magkakasama na sila. So pag na-incorporate nila yung connection and pagdating ng college, nakikitulong nun on their end.
That's true. This is what they're trying to look for, the connection with each other in order to play as one team.
This spike is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. The way we talk about connection, that's obviously present already here for Coach Sandy Rieta's squad. Although they're up here by just 2 points, they couldn't afford to also commit some errors, knowing that they're behind here by a set.
Serving for the Blue Eagles, Alana Tanji.
Tanchi on the service line.
Two-point game. Lozano with that first ball. Ariola to Almeñana, wouldn't work. To Nashima again.
That point goes to Perpetual.
That's a point for the Lady Elephants.
Our first referee saying that it did not touch the hands of the blockers, but it went straight to the net as it was going out.
On deck to serve, Geraldine Balash.
Also, despite having a lot of rookies here for the Blue Eagles, there's also a lot of players who were able to play also in that UAAP Season 87 stint.
Shunashima with a good decision to use the hands of the blockers, pushing it out.
Trying to really remain alive. Itong side ng Ateneo. They're still behind here though by 2 points. Again, set number 1 belongs on their end. Great serve coming from Donna. Miss set. Chance here for the Blue Eagles. To Nashima. Taking advantage of that one. Mukhang di nahabang ng maayos yung blockings dito ng Perpetual.
And I really love the confidence of Tsunashima coming from an injury. It's like she never left, like we mentioned earlier. She's still playing like she's in her best condition. De Leon with a service ace.
Again, Donna De Leon, formerly part of Bacolod Taitong High School. She literally proved a lot for her high school team as a team captain, as a middle blocker, and right now, time to shine for the Blue Eagles. Battle at the net to Nashima once again.
Great joust by Ateneo. That was Shunashima with a good block. De Leon with a good serve.
Fifi goes to Almeñana.
That's still good. De Leon with a point of her own, but coming from a defense this time.
Napabuti pa yung over-reception na yon galing dito kay Donna De Leon. Sino nagsabing walang depensa? Ang mga middle blockers, sila ang aabante dito, 16-14.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Our Faces of the Day is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza at Shakey's.
Donna De Leon still very much confident on the service line. Lagmay. A good set.
Ariola goes to Almeñana, seeing that donut hole. Now, just a 1-point game earlier. Ang lamang po dito, itong side ng Perpetual, ha? Tapos, Ateneo, really on a mission to be in command of this ball game. They're up here by just a single point, though. Chansa para sa side ng Perpetual. Ariola, keeping things alive.
Hora putting that one up. Back to Tsunashima, and she goes through the blockers.
Who said that this girl is from an injury? I doubt it with how she has been performing here in the second set. All-around performance here for Giselle Tsunashima. They're up here by 2 points.
Tsunashima just establishing her presence here for Ateneo.
It's 17, serving 15. Up by 2 points. Itong Ateneo. Reyes setting it up to Almeñana. They go to Hora. Access denied.
Lagmay establishing her hands in that block.
This block is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Fujimoto choosing Hora this time.
And this team right now is very deadly. You have Tsunashima as an open spiker, Hora as an opposite hitter, and no matter who you choose, they make sure to get the point.
Still holding on to this 2-point lead. Itong Ateneo Blue Eagles, 18-16. Shy of Nippon announcing her presence here in the second set. That play was brought to you by Kick, powered by Smart. Our way, our rules. Download the app now. What a way to be injected in here. Talking about Shy of Nippon was part of the starting 6. Right now, Lagmay delivering a service ace, tying things up here at 18.
With a service ace. Actually, with Lagmay, she's a very promising player. Lots of potential. She just needs the confidence when she's getting inside the court.
I think we've witnessed that confidence of Lagmay during that game against San Sebastian. As another point will be earned here for the Blue Eagles, redeeming that advantage back 19-18.
Good serve.
Almost a miscommunication there for the Lady Altas. Fujimoto to De Leon with authority.
De Leon as sharp as ever. And this is why Ateneo needs those perfect receptions and defense in order to utilize their middle blockers.
Not so rookie anymore. Donna De Leon forces Coach Sandy to go for some time. That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now. Some specific instructions made there for Coach Sandy Rieta, knowing that Ateneo has been finding their rhythm offensively and not just solely relying dun sa mga errors na kinocommit dito ng Lady Altas. Pero service ace pa ang ibabahagi dito, this time coming from Selga.
Ateneo just 4 points away from getting this second set. Good serve.
Ariola kneeling setup job. Overshoots that one though. And Palacio will not be getting that handshake.
With Ateneo, they've been serving really strong and really well and very consistent, although they've been targeting the libero of Perpetual, which they have to and that's why they have to not target the liberos, because if ever you target the libero, you're gonna get perfect passes and as well as perfect sets. So it's a chance for Perpetual to make those points.
Definitely, the person that you should avoid are the liberos. Knowing na ang ganda rin ng reception dito ng mga liberos nila. Pero this time, that attack will sail out.
for the Lady Altas, Pao Reyes.
We haven't heard from Pao Reyes for quite some time here in the second set. What a serve. Donna with that drop. Reyes with that pickup.
Good
Nashima with that defense at the back. Hora set back to her. Babalik sa kanya. Second time.
Good save. Now a chance for Ateneo.
Fujimoto to Donna De Leon. Again and again.
De Leon with 3 out of 4 attacks. Very successful.
Quality minutes we are seeing here for Donna De Leon. Literally found her new home. Just a few months ago, she was a high school student for Bacolod Taytong High School. Right now, bringing her team with this 3-point lead, and a timeout will be called.
She did a long ball, and this long ball, sometimes this ball short. You need to prepare this. We will receive a short ball instead of you come explosive. You try to go drop here. Go. Okay, prepare for this ball. Okay, good. If all the time, if you land, move, and transition, you can do a good ball. Okay?
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
And this is what you want to hear from the coaches, just those little reminders, actually basic reminders, but for the players inside the court, it's their chance to reset and actually get the instruction and the reminders that the coach is seeing from the outside. But now Cortez is coming in for Hora, Chuatico coming in for Fujimoto as well. And now has a full front row.
But imagine they're up by 3 points, but still Coach Sergio tried to call for that time, really ensuring that they'll be able to secure the second set, I guess.
It's also a way to break momentum because momentum is on the side of Perpetual right now.
So I think some clarifications will be made here, but also a substitution happened. So we say quick shout out, of course, say hi to Charlie, who's watching us live here at the venue. All smiles for Charlie at the back. Again, this is just a 3-point game. Dito sa ating second set. Ateneo was behind here, but they were patient enough. Just really trying to take over, to be in control of this game.
Surprisingly, a yellow card is called on Coach Sergio. Oh, it's because he called a timeout earlier when the players weren't being allowed to sub in.
Now also got warned for delaying the game. They couldn't afford to really allow Perpetual to snatch this momentum against them. Ariola with that save. What a dig coming from Tunashima at the back. Tanshi, no go. Omipon.
Block point for the Blue Eagles.
Now a solid block point, guys.
No problem for the Blue Eagles. Even with that yellow card, they're still very much in the game.
Right now, they're already at set point, 24-20. Another timeout will be called here, this time coming from Coach Sandy. That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Perpetual is 4 points down, but Coach Sandy asking for a good pass in order for them to convert it into a good play and get that point. Right now you have Cortez on the service line for Ateneo.
The serve coming from Casey, but also perfect first ball. Reverse setup, choosing Chuatico. Keeping things alive. Perpetual has it. Omipon nailing that one through. Block out.
Umipon using the hands of the blockers. She knows that she has two very tall blockers in front of her, De Leon as well as Chuatico.
One set point save here on the side of the Lady Altas, 21-24. Casey, double quick. No check ball will be granted here for Chuatico. Buhay pa rin po dito ang Lady Altas, 22-24.
That was a good play from Ateneo though, going for a double quick. And they're going for another one.
Tanshi, high ball, wouldn't work. Almeñana using the hands of the blockers. 3-0 run.
Almeñana with a very good elevation. Ateneo 1 point away from taking this second set, but Perpetual 1 point away from extending it.
From behind, and another air here, this time coming from Tunashima. Just like that, we are going to an extended play here in set number 2. We are deadlocked at 24. Coach Sergio calls for some time.
Okay, remember, when you receive the ball, you need to control the ball. Okay, don't worry about the ball. Okay, and you know what the purpose our system for this team. You need to go the way. She hit by me. She use your hand all the time. Don't have to do this. Okay?
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Well, right now, Ateneo is tied with Perpetual. This is their time to actually, you know, just get back in the game, focus, and not be shaken with what happened earlier. Umipon with a serve.
Over-receive, pero napabuti pa yon para dito kay Tanshi, as this is gonna be the second set point opportunity.
Cortez deceiving the blockers of Perpetual.
De Leon and Cortez celebrating on that point, 25-24. That will stop the bleeding here. After that 4-0 run by the Lady Altas, Ariola to Almeñana. De Leon putting a finish for the Blue Eagles.
De Leon with a successful hit, finishing this second set.
Bacolod ay itong former teammates. Itong si Casey Cortez and Donna De Leon right now on a mission for the Blue Eagles, taking on set number 2. Great finish for them, 26-24.
Shaky's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shaky's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shaky's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shaky's.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier, yummier.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Cheer for your team while enjoying your Shakey's favorites with the Super League meal deal, now available in 3 types: SSL 1099, SSL Classic, and SSL Gold. Whether you're craving pizza, chicken, mojos, or pasta, there's a bundle for every appetite. You also get to support your favorite team because for every order, 50 pesos goes to your chosen SSL participating school. Whether you're courtside or couchside, enjoy the action with the Super League meal deal. Up by 2 sets to none itong side ng Ateneo Blue Eagles. They came from behind here in set number 2, wherein their second stringers really allowed once again themselves to shine here, courtesy of that ball distribution as well by Tax Fujimoto. But right now, utilizing the presence of Giselle Unashima. Meanwhile, Perpetual tried to fight back with the help of some players, just like sila Shai Umipon, sila sa Almeñana, but they were a bit, stopped during the latter part of the set.
Well, I would say for Perpetual, they've been playing well. It's just that the consistency has been lacking for their team. On the side of Ateneo, they have a lot of powerful players, a promising team. It's just that those errors and as well as the inconsistencies as well have been, they've been having a hard time because of it.
In terms of our numbers, pagdating sa atake, aabante ng 5 ang Ateneo.
Well, look at those errors as well. Ateneo had 11 errors versus Perpetual 7. So, again, this is the thing that they have to improve here in the third set, especially if they want to win in straight sets.
Also, I would like to highlight itong si Arroyo. And of course, some players, just like itong si Minor, who's now playing the pro rankings, played her last season during the UAAP season 87. This set is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza here at Shakey's. Lot of players. Left itong side ng Ateneo. But some scoring here on the side of Perpetual, of course, led by Shayo Mipon.
Esperos announcing her entry once again here in the third set. De Leon with 7 points. Hora with 6 and Shunashima with 6 points as well.
Solid introduction for Donna De Leon in today's ball game. Imagine a middle blocker and you're the top scorer here. Underhand setup. They go to Shai, denied. Second time. Perfect blockings here for the Blue Eagles.
Good block. It's a block party for Ateneo. Back to back. Umipon tried to get to that one.
This time, coming from Chua Tico, was that solid block. They're up here by 2 points. They were able to secure the first 2 sets, but great dump coming from Cha Enrico.
Enrico now on the service line for Perpetual. Ateneo has a full front row.
Yun ang matchup din actually in terms of our liberos. Arroyo, meron kang Lozano dito for Perpetual. They're actually all over the place para ibigay sa centers sila yung bola. This is the only chance for the Lady Altas. They want to snatch a set kontra Ateneo. Bibigyan pa nila ng regalo itong Blue Eagles. Tax reverses. Chowatico left all alone.
Chowatico straight to the floor with her hit.
This spike is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
Though Ateneo is extremely lucky to have Fujimoto as their captain and setter.
Esperos with that high ball. Di gagana. Bustamante, no go. Dax goes back to Isa with that drop. Fifi was there for that pickup.
Perpetual with good defense, answered
Isa Nesperos hammered that one through.
Well, I would say Nesperos is definitely more confident and comfortable now that she's playing as an open hitter. Because in the first set, she played as opposite. And we could see that although she was chipping in points, she was struggling quite a bit.
Combination play, Arroyo keeping things alive. Isa again.
Isa Nesperos. Definitely much more comfortable here in the third set.
I would like to say hi to her older sister, Faith Nesperos. For sure, who's also watching live. Itong si Isa Nesperos. Way pa rin po ang bola dito. Isa goes for the back-to-back buckets. Hot hands here. Not just in the first set, but also here in the third set.
Isa Nesperos with 3 consecutive points now.
That's the reason why Ateneo is on top here by 4 points. Seven to 3 is our score. Over received. Chance here for the Blue Eagles. Nesperos again and again and again and again. 4 straight points all alone for Isa Nesperos here in the third chapter.
And it's actually her 5th point here in the third set. And they're just 8 points right now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Good eyesight makes perfect moments. For expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear. Go to EO. EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
You're still watching the 2025 Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. Looking back on Shai Umipon's years playing for Perpetual, she told me that out of everything she's been through, what really stuck with her was their season 99 in NCAA. Sobrang ganda nga daw naging performance nila for all the preseason tournaments, pero pagdating nga daw sa Mother League ay bigla na lang bumagsak. For Shai, that season was just more proof na with volleyball, the game can turn anytime, so you always just have to keep working. A lesson, as she says, she'll be carrying with her for the rest of her playing years. Daphne and Gyra.
Thank you so much, Jen, for that report. Knowing that it has been a series of up and down for the Lady Altas, especially kanilang naging mark din in that 100th season. And right now, they're just really trying to get back. Pero ito, speaking of getting back, parang wala namang kailangang balikan. Itong si Nesperos with her performance. 11 solid points for the Blue Eagles.
11 points, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, 7 points coming here from the third set.
Parang deserve niya naman mapagod, Gyra. She has been hitting a lot of offensive points earlier here in the left pin. Mukhang ito yung comfortable zone niya rin, position niya. Right now, they're still up here by 5 points. Again, lamang din po sila dito ng 2 sets.
Almeniana powering through. Actually, Almeniana has been quiet, even in the second set.
But there's no room for complacency kung ikaw ang Ateneo, knowing na may back-to-back points na. Itong side ng Lady Altas. They're up earlier by 6 points.
That's an overpass. Good joust.
Not the best free ball. Pero ito, De Leon, nabantayan na siya dito. With that net defense for the Lady Altas.
Pasha with a good target. I'm also wondering why Lozano is not inside the court right now.
Yeah, actually great observation on that sequence. And even Tunashima, actually, para naman dito sa side ng Ateneo, she had a lot of contributions during the second set. Almeñana nailing that one through.
Ateneo still in a comfortable lead right now. But they can't be complacent, as we know that Perpetual is one of the teams who, I would say, Team Diesel din itong Perpetual eh.
Actually, parang usually mga second set mas lumalabas yung mga laro nila onwards eh.
Almeñana with back-to-back points.
And right now, they're just behind here by 3 points, talking about the Lady Altas, 8-11 after being behind by 6 points. How will the Blue Eagles try to respond?
Good pass.
Zay. There was a hand check, obviously. No, in other preseason tournaments, it has been almost really Zay delivering a lot of points on the side of the Blue Eagles. So right now, it's nice to witness a lot of players. Just like itong sila Nesperos, sila Tunashima, even Chuatico, adding points on the board. Dax reverses. Defense present. Bustamante.
Bustamante going through the blockers down the line. Actually going to zone 6.
Just 2-point deficit from that 6-point lead earlier. Zay adjusting.
Bustamante again, but she's blocked this time by Pasha.
Fifi to Almeñana. What a pickup coming from Nesperos. Pasha.
Pasha breaking those walls.
That play was brought to you by Kick, powered by Smart. Our way, our rules. Download the app now.
Pasha breaking the wall of Perpetual. 3 points up. They go to Enrico and she gets that point.
Ganda ng quick na yon para dito kay Cha Enrico. Gusto niya yung mga ganong klaseng setup. This school play is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Ordered now. Fifi Ariola really distributing the ball well so far for the Lady Altas. Just a 2-point game. Off speed wouldn't work. Shayo Mipon adjusting. Tax to Isa. Still, there's no solution rather for the Lady Altas with those attacks coming from Nesperos.
Nesperos has been on fire here in the third set.
Back to a 3-point lead. Celia was able to produce 3 service aces earlier in the opening set.
And she still has the same target.
Yeah. Let's see if she could duplicate that kind of production here. Chance for the Lady Altas. Shy. Unable to get the ball over, pero buhay pa rin ang bola dito. Fujimoto to Nesperos. Wouldn't work. Fifi to Shy again.
But there's a net violation called on Ateneo. Chuatico apologizing after that error. Actually, it looks like it was De Leon.
2-point game.
Good serve. They go to Nesperos. She's blocked this time. Chuatico with a swipe, getting that point for Ateneo.
Just saw that sweet spot right in front of her. Went for that swipe. That's why she was able to get that bucket. Ariola to Omipon. Sent back to the Lady Altas. Unfortunately, double contact violation will be called here against Sai Almeniana. They're up by 4 points for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, 16-12.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
The Shaky Superfans of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza here at Shakey's. Go Ateneo, one big fight is what they scream.
Ateneo definitely bringing in the fight in this match against Perpetual. Talking about one big fight, Isa Nesperos has been on fire in this third set.
4-point lead for the Blue Eagles and make that 3. Shayo Mipon trying to lift the spirits up of her teammates with that kill. So the Blue Eagles went for a double substitution earlier. Ganon din ang gagawin ni Coach Sandy, ejecting in itong Sigaa as well as Rosales.
Now Perpetual has a full front row. On the side of Ateneo, they still have one rotation that has Nesperos in the front row as well. Overreaching violation called on Ateneo. Perpetual just 2 points down. They still have a chance to tie this match.
You gotta go back to square one for the 4-point lead. Although that service this time coming from Gaa will sail out back to a 3-point deficit. And earlier at the end of the second set, Kyra, you talked about the inconsistency of Perpetual. Although they're playing really well, they've been committing lesser errors compared to Ateneo. Pero sayang yun, no? Yung pagiging minsan okay, tas minsan hindi. Probably, parang medyo bothered din sila in today's game.
Yes, it's quite inconsistent, but on the side of Ateneo, the ever-consistent Isa Nesperos even getting an ace.
She's literally creating her own name here as a Blue Eagle, but this time, that will sail out. But still, they're up here by 3. Again, itong sila Hora as well as Nesperos. They are teammates in the beach volleyball for the women's volleyball team of the Blue Eagles. And slowly errors piling up already on the side of the Lady Altas. Nice serve. Ga goes to the middle.
That's still good, although could knock over. Lagmay on the service line. Still a 3-point lead for Ateneo.
Pasha.
And it's been a perfect target for Ateneo going for those long balls. Well, Perpetual has been struggling with those hits.
This spike is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. And yup, long balls working out well on the side of the Blue Eagles. Not just for Zay Pasha, but for Isan Esperos earlier as well. She has been going for those long balls with those cross court. Pero hindi nasasagot ng Lady Altas. But right now, Lozano also back on track for that floor D for Perpetual. Secures that first ball. You go to Sai. Pasha, high
with a
ball.
drop ball.
Rosales with that drop wouldn't work. You go to Zay.
Off the block by Zay Pasha.
Ateneo just 4 points away from taking this match.
The Chavez with that setup job for Zay Pasha. And right now, they're still up here by 5 points, 21-16.
Ganyan eh. Kaya nakatayo ka doon, siyempre, paano mo nga makukuha yun? Ha? Pasa lang tayo, pasa. Sito, center, ikaw. Playa mo ha, pasa tayo, kapitan nyo lang yun. Kapag!
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Coach Sandy just asking for a good pass from his players. They have been struggling with their reception as well as their defense here in the third set. Good serve by Fujimoto. Miscommunication on the side of Perpetual.
If that was also over-received by Lozano, kaya medyo nag-scramble din yung defense dito for the Lady Altas. Meanwhile, Ateneo is trying to continue that momentum they were able to establish during set number 1. Everyone chipping in points here.
Another error from Perpetual. Ateneo celebrating that point. Another timeout called by Coach Sandy.
Ano sinasabi ko? Oo. Hindi pinupando na yung bola o hindi mo na may babalik. Follow outside. Paano tayo manalo niyan? Paano tayo makabawi niyan? Tayo na nagbibigay ng puso sa kanila.
Naghahabol tayo kay Rosayor. Tara.
That huddle was powered by Kick. Download the app now.
Well, for Coach Sandy, he didn't even say anything else or replace. It's because the problem is very prominent for Perpetual right now, and it's their errors, back-to-back errors. Another good serve.
Better reception this time. You go to side, denied. No coverage, present. And with that block point, now Ateneo already at match point. This block is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
Celia closing the seams for Ateneo. Enrico finally getting a point for Perpetual.
This goal play is brought to you by Oranby Milk Tea. Order now. 1 match point save here for the Lady Altas. Although they're behind here by 7. To Almeñana. Fujimoto reverses. Chuatico putting a finish in straight sets for the Blue Eagles.
Blue Eagles soaring through this game. Definitely one of the most consistent matches for Ateneo.
And that patience in their progress slowly showing off. Solid first game showing here for the Ateneo Blue Eagles as they'll be bagging their first victory here, especially in Pool D, giving the first defeat for the Perpetual Lady Altas. Ateneo Blue Eagles winning in straight sets.
Well-deserved win for the Blue Eagles. We were talking about their improvement. Definitely a much better team this year. And this is just their first game here in the SSL.
Also, let's not forget the floor defense talaga. Arroyo, De Chavez. Kaya nagiging madali yung trabaho ni Casey Cortez. Pati na rin, syempre, ni Tax Fujimoto. Win number 1 for Ateneo Blue Eagles dito po sa ating Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup. All smiles on their faces. Well-deserved smiles for them. Final scores po natin, 25-16, 26-24, and 25-17. Win number 1 for the Ateneo.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shaky's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shaky's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shaky's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shaky's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Shakey's Creamy Spinach Pizza. Creamier.
Creamier, yummier.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
(25-16, 26-24, and 25-17. Again, straight or sweep victory po on the side of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Now this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. From era to era to era, the fun keeps rolling. 50 years of fun, family, and pizza at Shakey's. One player literally just had fun in today's ballgame.
Much fun indeed. You have Isan Esperos, who has been such a consistent, confident, and explosive player here against Perpetual, definitely being the top eagle in this match.
Set number 1, hot hands, but hotter hands in the final set right now. She's with our courtside reporter, Diana Igual.
Isa, of course, congratulations first of all for getting your first win here dito sa bagong season natin sa SSL. Now, balikan muna natin yung naging laro nyo kanina. For most of the time earlier, naging malaki yung kalamangan nyo against the Perpetual team. Now, how did you think the Ateneo team made that happen?
For me, I guess naniwala kami sa selves namin and with our teammates. Kasi pag naniwala kami sa self namin, ma-return namin with our teammates. So parang tiwala lang din yung ginawa namin for ourselves.
Now, as I said earlier, this is just your first game here dito para sa season dito sa SSL. Now, what else can we expect from you personally and from the rest of the team?
For me, we will parang lalaban kami na yun. Kasi yun nga, mga league before this, medyo nagkakapaan pa kami and all. Pero syempre, kailangan din mag-step up of each one of us. Kasi parang pag naniwala kami sa sarili namin, magagawa namin yung laro talaga namin.
Okay, Isa, now if you want to greet anyone, friends, family, this is the time.
Hi po sa mga family ko and sa ate ko. Sana proud ka sa akin. Wala, naiyak. Sa pamilya ng jowa ko, hi. And sa friends ko, sana nanood kayo.
Alright, so thank you so much, Isa. You'll also be getting a special prize from Shaky. So once again, congratulations to you and to the rest of the Ateneo community. Daphne and Gaira, balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Diana. Once again, congratulations to Isan Esperos. And one thing's for sure, your ate is so much proud of you. Now, let's check out our Smart Power Up plays brought to you by Smart's Only 5G. Stay connected for only 85 pesos for 3 days. Load now through the Smart app.
Well, in the first set, you saw that The Blue Eagles definitely came here to win. From service aces of Celia to, I would say, the blockings of their whole team has been very consistent. On the side of Perpetual, they were actually fighting in the first set, but they just lost that push.
Kita natin on the side of Perpetual, Shayo Mipon was starter on that one. But itong side ng Ateneo, we felt then that anyone who will be interested to play in could provide some spark that resulted to a 25-16. But when we entered itong ating set number 2, it was all about the return of Tunashima here for the Blue Eagles. Some points as well that was contributed coming from Hora.
Tunashima coming in waves here in the second set, playing like she never left or was never injured. Definitely one of the bright spots here in the second set. For Perpetual, they were having a hard time with their errors and their reception. That is why Ateneo was just banking on this, getting that win here in the second set.
Kaya naman naging extended nga yung score natin dyan sa Almeniana trying to activate correction. So, syempre nakita natin na si Sai Almeniana yung nag-score dyan. At syempre, naramdaman din natin ang konti itong sila Cha Enrico, but it was really insufficient with Donna De Leon's, of course, defense at the net. 27-24 pagdating naman po natin dito sa ating third set. Ito ulit yung mga final players na pinagkatiwalaan ni Coach Sergio. Of course, started with Chuat Iko, Tax Fujimoto, pero syempre, really, it was all about Isa Nispero's confidence during that third set.
All about Nisperos indeed. She had 5 consecutive points early on in the third set, and after that she was just so consistent. The energy she has given to the team, that's what all the players started from here in third set.
Again, Arroyo and the Chavez manning the floor defense here for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, so it was an easy job for the setters, for Tax as well as for Casey to man or to orchestrate the offense. 25-16, 26-24, and 25-17 is our final scores. But in terms of our final numbers,
attacks coming from Ateneo, 46 big points, but from Perpetual, they only produced 24. The blocks are quite similar, but Ateneo still powered through with 1 more point than Perpetual. But look at those service aces, 3 coming from Celia, and just the consistency of theirs on the service line has been very prominent in this match. But Ateneo, of course, in their next few games, this is their first match, they have to lessen those errors. They had 28 big errors as well in this match against Perpetual.
And again, just doubleheader Saturday to wrap up itong ating Sabado. But tomorrow, some exciting matches. First game will start at 12 p.m. 3 games po tayo bukas, kung saan Letran will go up against UST, EAC naman kontra NU. At para po sa ating final game, UP will go up against Mapua, who will be having their first game tomorrow. Letran din po, first game niyan. Tomorrow pati na rin itong NU. So some teams that we should definitely not miss for tomorrow's ball game. On behalf of Gaira Baroga, Daphne Cristobal, myself, Diana Igual, earlier, would like to say thank you to everyone who tuned in. This has been Shaky Super League Preseason Unity Cup.